What kind of person would go so far as to spend their entire fortune just to destroy someone else's life? Chosen ones, the depths of hatred and envy we're about to uncover will shock you. This message is deeply personal. It will resonate with many of you. The obstacles you've faced weren't due to anything you did wrong, but simply because of who you are. Your radiant light, your sense of purpose, and your undeniable power. These qualities stirred a fierce envy and fear in someone, so much that they weaponized their wealth, crafting elaborate plots to tear you down. Their aim was clear: to see you broken, defeated, and humiliated, left in despair, hoping you'd crumble beneath the weight of their relentless attacks. But here you stand, unbroken, still shining, relentlessly moving forward. Their attempts to destroy you failed. Today we reveal the twisted lengths a wealthy adversary went to, all driven by jealousy and fear, to block your blessings. Yet remember this: karma never misses its mark. Every action has a consequence. And now their efforts are backfiring spectacularly as the truth finally begins to surface. Chosen ones, if you're ready to stop letting someone else's plot control your path, claim your victory in the comments. Type "Victory is mine." Now let's pull back the curtain on the mastermind behind these devious schemes. This wasn't just any random person. It was a wealthy man, someone with high status, powerful connections, and enough money to influence almost any situation to his advantage. Yet instead of using his resources for good, he became obsessed with destroying one person: you, the chosen one. Why? Because simply by existing, you became a threat to him. There was something in you that he could never replicate: your divine favor, your resilience that could not be shaken, your light that shines even in the darkest of times. It terrified him to see your potential to rise above and surpass everything he had built, and it consumed his every thought. You didn't need to provoke him with words or actions. Your presence alone was enough. His ultimate goal was to strip you of everything that mattered: your peace, your influence, and even your hope for the future. He spared no expense in his relentless pursuit, knowing he couldn't achieve this on his own. So he built a network of enablers to do his bidding. He paid off co-workers to sabotage your efforts, turning people who should have been allies into roadblocks. He bribed those closest to you, family, old friends, trusted confidants, to betray you, transforming them from bystanders into active participants in his plot to derail your destiny. Together, they wove lies and conspiracies designed to destroy your reputation, slammed shut doors that were meant to open for you, and sabotaged promising opportunities before they could ever reach your hands. Financial obstacles started popping up from nowhere, making you wonder why nothing was working out. And when external attacks failed to take you down, he turned to psychological warfare, planting seeds of doubt and chaos in your life, hoping to break your spirit from the inside. He thought you would eventually crumble under the immense weight of it all, that every calculated move and each carefully crafted action would be enough to break your spirit. Not because of anything you'd done, but simply because of the light you carry and the purpose you embody. His belief was that by keeping you stuck, broke, and defeated, he could distract you from your true calling and cause you to lose sight of your purpose. What he failed to understand was that neither money nor manipulation could ever overpower divine protection. While he was busy plotting and setting traps, unseen forces were already at work dismantling his plans one by one. For every snare he laid, there was a divine hand stepping in to block it. For every door he slammed shut in your face, another one was opened by grace. His wealth and influence, as formidable as they seemed, were powerless against the higher authority guiding your life. No scheme of this magnitude could have been carried out by one man alone. So he surrounded himself with collaborators, people from all walks of your life who, for their own reasons, were willing to take part in his attempts to block your destiny. Some were co-workers envious of your natural gifts. Some were family members secretly jealous of your resilience, and others were so-called friends who couldn't stand your light. For some, the mere promise of money was enough to make them betray you, while others were simply too insecure and easily manipulated. Each collaborator played their part with chilling precision. Some became rumor mongers, spreading vicious lies to damage your reputation and push you further away from those who cared about you. Others sabotaged opportunities behind the scenes, whispering doubts to influential people, interfering with your progress, and even causing setbacks in your finances and relationships. Their hope was that with enough pressure, you'd break under the weight of their deception. What made their actions even more disturbing was the intimacy of their betrayal. These were people who knew your struggles, your ambitions, and your vulnerabilities, and they used that personal knowledge against you in exchange for promises of money or fleeting favors. What made their actions even more disturbing was the intimacy of their betrayal. These were people who knew your struggles, your ambitions, and your vulnerabilities, and they used that personal knowledge against you in exchange for promises of money or fleeting favors. They compromised their integrity and allowed themselves to be manipulated, becoming pawns in the wealthy man's twisted game. But what none of them realized was the immense price of targeting someone covered by divine protection. Now those very collaborators are experiencing the harsh reality of karma. The financial rewards they chased are slipping away. Relationships they once cherished are falling apart as their true motives are revealed. And they're now facing the very setbacks they once hoped would destroy you. Lost opportunities, ruined reputations, and inner turmoil that haunts them daily. Some have begun to grasp the weight of their choices and are turning against the man who orchestrated everything, recognizing that his promises were empty. And instead of gaining power, they have inherited nothing but chaos and downfall. Their betrayal has left them spiritually blocked, unable to find peace or move forward in their own lives. Karma, after all, has no expiration date, and justice is being delivered in ways they never anticipated. As they watch their own lives unravel, they see you still rising, untouched by their schemes, thriving in the very places where they tried to see you fall. Chosen ones, if you know deep down that their efforts to block you have failed, declare it boldly in the comments. I break every chain. Let them see that their betrayal has only served to make you stronger. No matter how relentless their sabotage, one truth remains unshakable. You have always been divinely protected. From the very beginning, a spiritual shield has surrounded you, reflecting every weapon formed against your destiny and keeping your path clear for greater victories. The wealthy man and his collaborators truly believed that their money and influence could somehow overpower the divine plan set for your life, but they couldn't have been more wrong. What they failed to grasp was that your purpose is something that was ordained long before their schemes ever began. No amount of plotting or manipulation could ever overturn what has already been written in the spiritual realm. There were times when it seemed like their plans were gaining ground, moments when you might have felt the walls closing in, as if every direction you turned brought new obstacles and setbacks. Yet at every crucial point, a breakthrough would come right on time, shattering the illusion of their control. Every door they slammed in your face was replaced by an even greater door that only divine intervention could have opened for you. Opportunities began to show up just when you needed them most, like lifelines thrown into the middle of your storm. Even in your darkest moments, there were always subtle signs of divine protection surrounding you. Maybe you started noticing angel numbers like 111, 444, or 888 appearing when you felt uncertain. These weren't just coincidences, but powerful reminders from the divine that you were being guided and watched over. Synchronicities, meeting the right person at the perfect time, or suddenly receiving clarity when you were surrounded by confusion, became gentle nudges from the universe, pointing you toward your rightful path. And those spiritual nudges, those gut instincts that told you when to walk away, when to stand up for yourself, or when to say no, were more than just feelings. They were direct whispers from the divine, guiding your every step. This inner knowing kept you a step ahead, ensuring that their traps never truly ensnared you. The undeniable proof of your protection lies in the simple fact that you're still here, still standing strong. Reflect on your life now. The very schemes that were meant to tear you down have instead become stepping stones that built your resilience, wisdom, and faith. Every lie they spun, every door they tried to close, every obstacle placed in your path, they all served to strengthen your spirit and sharpen your resolve. The blessings pouring into your life now are the direct result of having persevered through their attacks. Quick pause, family. If this message resonates deeply with your soul and you'd like to support this sacred work, consider buying me a coffee. Your support keeps this space vibrant, filled with truth, light, and divine clarity. You'll find the link in the description. And if you're feeling this, drop the number 88 in the comments. Let's keep going. Your life is now marked by unexpected breakthroughs, financial recovery, and new opportunities. All clear evidence that divine timing was always guiding your journey. Perhaps the most remarkable part of this protection is the way their harmful intentions ended up backfiring so spectacularly. The energy they sent your way, whether through bitter words, calculated actions, or dark intentions, did not simply vanish. It boomeranged right back at them. It's as if every ounce of negativity they directed toward you became the very fuel for their own undoing. And while they're left scrambling, desperately trying to recover from the chaos they created, you are stepping boldly into a season filled with peace, abundance, and renewed purpose. What they never understood is that your foundation has always been anchored in something eternal. Your destiny doesn't hinge on their approval or validation. It flows from a divine source that no one on earth can manipulate. They completely underestimated the power working on your behalf, and now they're forced to witness the consequences of their own actions. Chosen ones, always remember, divine protection doesn't just shield you from harm, it actually amplifies your blessings. Every single battle you faced, every tear you've shed, has been preparing you for the unstoppable favor that's unfolding in your life now. The gates are wide open before you, but destiny never waits for hesitation. This is where your legend truly begins. For all his wealth and influence, the wealthy man's obsession with trying to destroy you has only driven him straight into self-destruction. His relentless focus on blocking your blessings blinded him to the cracks forming beneath his own feet. What he believed was a flawless plan has now spiraled out of control, becoming a chaotic mess he can't contain. The very traps he set for you have become the triggers for his own collapse. His downfall started quietly, whispers of doubt spreading among those he trusted to help execute his schemes. Even with all the resources he poured into smearing your name and sabotaging your future, nothing ever truly stuck. Your resilience and divine favor simply became too visible to ignore. And one by one, the enablers he paid began to question his motives, their loyalty fading as his lies unraveled. As the truth came to light, the world began to see the real man behind the curtain, a person ruled by envy and fear. His influence, once built on power and manipulation, is now collapsing under the weight of his exposed deceit. Those who once respected him are quickly distancing themselves, refusing to be associated with the toxic energy he introduced into their lives. His carefully crafted reputation has become just a shadow, tarnished beyond repair. Even the wealth he once used as a weapon has now become the root of his misery. The relentless spending on bribing collaborators, running smear campaigns, and blocking your opportunities has left him drained, financially and spiritually. He didn't see that his obsession with stopping you was bankrupting him, not only of money, but of peace, joy, and dignity. Now he struggles just to maintain the lifestyle and influence he once took for granted. Perhaps the most painful blow is the betrayal of his former allies. The people he once paid to carry out his schemes have turned on him, some openly exposing his plans, others quietly abandoning him after realizing his promises of wealth and influence were nothing but empty words. Stripped of support, he stands alone, undone by his own arrogance and insecurity. There is a certain irony, almost poetic justice, in his downfall. Every move he made to block your progress ended up propelling you higher. The lies he told to diminish your power only made your resilience and strength stand out even more. Every attempt to ruin your name served only to expose the deep cracks in his own spirit. While he wasted his energy trying to destroy you, you turned every challenge into a stepping stone, rising above and using their attacks as fuel to elevate yourself. Now he is left to face the full weight of his actions, with karma working in ways he never expected. Unyielding, thorough, and entirely out of his control. The empire he tried to build on a foundation of deception and manipulation is crumbling right before his eyes. His finances, once a symbol of his untouchable status, are rapidly dwindling. The resources he once wielded as weapons against you are slipping through his fingers, becoming little more than a hollow reminder of the power he's lost. Relationships he considered unbreakable or fractured, trust has been shattered, and his reputation, once carefully crafted, is now damaged beyond repair. The very wealth and influence that once made him feel invincible now serve as painful echoes of everything he sacrificed in his relentless quest to bring you down. As he watches you rise, stronger, wiser, and more favored than ever, he's forced to confront an undeniable truth. None of his schemes succeeded in breaking you. Instead, every single attempt to sabotage you only revealed the depth of your divine protection and the unwavering strength of your purpose. This realization, more than any financial loss or public exposure, is the final blow to his pride and ego. The story of your rise is nothing short of extraordinary. While they plotted to block every step you took, you navigated through the storm with resilience, faith, and a sense of purpose that no amount of negativity could suppress. You found ways to keep moving forward, proving time and again that divine favor cannot be stopped by human hands. Every trap they set, every door they slammed shut, every lie they spread became another opportunity for you to evolve, growing not only stronger, but also wiser, more compassionate, and unbreakably resilient. It was not an easy journey. There were times when the weight of their attacks felt almost unbearable. The betrayal from people you trusted cut deeply, leaving scars that forced you to re-examine your own boundaries. The obstacles placed in your path often seemed insurmountable, creating moments where doubt and exhaustion threatened to take over. Yet through every trial, you held fast to your faith and refused to give up. You understood on a deeper level that every delay and detour was not a rejection, but a divine setup for something even greater. Preparation for the blessings waiting just ahead. Rather than letting the relentless pressure crush your spirit, you chose to transform those challenges into stepping stones, using every setback as an opportunity to dig deeper into your own strength and creativity. Their blockages pushed you to discover inner resources you never knew you had, to adapt quickly, pivot when necessary, and rise above every attempt to drag you down. What they intended for harm only ignited your determination and made your commitment to succeed that much stronger. Your transformation wasn't just outward, a simple glow-up, but a profound internal shift. While they obsessed over tearing you down, you focused on building yourself up from the inside out. You made healing your priority, choosing to process and release the pain instead of holding on to it. In the middle of chaos, you found peace. Amid confusion, you aligned yourself with your divine calling. This inner growth became your greatest weapon, the reason you remained unshaken no matter what they threw your way. Now the results of your perseverance are undeniable and visible to all. Financial stability, spiritual alignment, and emotional healing have come into your life, restoring everything they tried so hard to steal from you. Your credibility, influence, and inner peace have been returned to you in ways that far exceed what you lost, as if the universe itself is rewarding your faith and resilience. You are now living proof that no amount of sabotage can stop someone who is divinely protected. Even more powerful is the inspiration your story now brings to others. People see the grace and strength with which you navigated adversity, and it stands as a testament to your unbreakable character. You didn't just survive their relentless attacks. You thrived, rising higher in spite of every attempt to break you. Your resilience is a living reflection of the divine purpose set over your life, serving as a powerful reminder to everyone watching that no force on earth can dim a light that is destined to shine. Every single obstacle they placed in your way was, in truth, a setup for this new season of unstoppable favor. The delays they caused gave you time to become even more prepared. The pain they inflicted only served to make you stronger and more compassionate. You've risen above their schemes, not simply because you're chosen, but because you refuse to let their actions define your story. Instead, you chose to become the author of your own destiny, turning every hardship into a stepping stone on your path to greatness. Now, as they witness your rise, the very people who tried to block your blessings are left with no choice but to acknowledge the undeniable truth. Every effort they made to hold you back only served to elevate you higher. Their attempts to sabotage your destiny, to orchestrate your downfall, and shatter your spirit have instead fueled your growth and transformation. Your experience carries a powerful, far-reaching message, not just for you, but for anyone who finds themselves facing opposition, adversity, or the betrayal of others. When you are chosen for a divine purpose, it is almost inevitable that challenges and enemies will arise. The path of the chosen is rarely smooth, and the presence of opposition is often the very confirmation that you are walking in your purpose. The envy, greed, and fear that others harbor can manifest in countless ways: covert schemes, open hostility, betrayal by those closest to you, all aimed at derailing your blessings. Yet your story stands as living proof of a higher reality. No one, no matter how powerful or determined, can stop what is truly meant for you when you stay aligned with your calling and trust in divine timing. One of the deepest lessons from this journey is the importance of trusting your intuition. Many of the people who ultimately betrayed you likely showed subtle signs long before their true intentions were revealed. Those uneasy feelings, the quiet inner warnings, and the barely noticeable red flags, these were not just coincidences, but your spirit's way of alerting you to protect yourself. As you move forward, it's crucial to honor those instincts, to protect your energy fiercely, and to be mindful of who you allow into your inner circle, even when it's uncomfortable or painful to acknowledge the truth about people you once cared for. Choosing to trust your intuition can save you from heartache and setbacks. It is your inner guidance system, a sacred tool. Discernment and learning to listen to it is an act of self-respect and empowerment. The second lesson is the destructive nature of envy and greed. The collaborators, and even the wealthy man at the center of this story, became so consumed by their negative emotions that they lost themselves entirely. Their desperate obsession with seeing you fail blinded them to their own lives and purpose. In chasing your downfall, they neglected their own growth, relationships, and potential, becoming trapped by the very darkness they sent out into the world. Their downfall serves as a powerful warning to all. When you give in to envy and act from a place of greed or bitterness, you invite chaos, misfortune, and spiritual emptiness into your own life. The universe has an unbreakable law of balance. What you send out returns to you, and negative intentions inevitably rebound onto those who project them. Their fate is a lesson in the dangers of living with a heart full of resentment and comparison. Another vital takeaway from your journey is the absolute importance of perseverance. You have shown that even in the face of relentless, calculated attacks and heart-wrenching betrayals, it is possible to rise above. You never needed to stoop to their level to retaliate with bitterness or revenge. Instead, you remained laser-focused on your own path, rooted in your vision and guided by faith. You let your progress, your transformation, and your resilience speak for themselves. Your journey is a living reminder to everyone watching that staying grounded in your purpose, refusing to give in to negativity, and continuing to move forward is the true path to victory. Let your story be a beacon of hope, a reminder that when you choose faith, integrity, and perseverance over bitterness, you invite unstoppable blessings and set an example that inspires others to do the same. And so, you chose to let divine justice do what it does best, stepping back from retaliation and trusting that a higher power is always working on your behalf. You understood that real victory doesn't come from seeking revenge or stooping to the level of those who wronged you. Instead, your strength came from your unwavering faith that karma and divine law are ever at work, balancing every injustice with perfect timing. Your journey is a shining example of the profound strength found in faith, alignment, and trust. When you center your entire life around your divine purpose, you become unshakable. No weapon formed against you can prosper. No attack can destroy what has been divinely ordained, and every obstacle transforms into a new opportunity. Even setbacks that once seemed devastating eventually reveal themselves to be setups for an even greater comeback. Your life itself has become a living testament, a walking proof of the undeniable power of divine timing, divine protection, and unbreakable alignment. Perhaps the most powerful lesson of all is learning to recognize that delays are not denials. Every moment you spent enduring hardship and facing relentless opposition was not time wasted, but time spent in the sacred forge of preparation, refinement, and growth. You have come to see that those seasons of waiting, confusion, and even pain were divinely orchestrated chapters designed to strengthen your character and deepen your wisdom. The blessings you are beginning to receive now taste infinitely sweeter precisely because of the struggles and adversities you had to overcome. You have shown that patience, faith, and perseverance are the real keys to unlocking the life you are truly meant to live. To everyone listening or watching, let this truth settle deep in your soul. Let it be your call to action. Sometimes the most powerful step you can take is to cut ties with toxic people and patterns, no matter how challenging or uncomfortable it may feel in the moment. Protect your energy as if it were sacred, because it is. Focus your time, heart, and spirit on what truly matters, trusting that divine justice is always at work, even when you can't see it unfolding right away. The universe sees every intention and every action. It may take time, but those who operate from a place of pure heart and positive intention will always rise above the rest. Your journey proves it. What is meant for you cannot and will not ever miss you. Trust the process, stay committed to your path, and never forget that the light within you is infinitely more powerful than any darkness that tries to block or overshadow it. Chosen ones, let this be your true moment of empowerment. Every scheme that was devised against you, every lie that was told, and every obstacle that was placed in your path has failed in its mission to bring you down. Your light, instead of dimming, shines more brilliantly than ever before, serving not only as a beacon for your own journey, but also as a guiding star for others who are still navigating their own storms. The efforts of those who tried to stop you have only revealed their own weaknesses and insecurities. In trying to destroy you, they have only exposed the emptiness in their own spirits. Now is the time to step fully into your strength and boldly declare your victory. If this message resonates with your soul, do not be afraid to let the world know that you refuse to be defeated or defined by anyone else's actions. Stand tall and confident, knowing deep in your spirit that your purpose is unshakable. Your path is divinely protected, and no force, no matter how wealthy, influential, or malicious, can ever stop what has already been written for you. Take this opportunity to inspire those around you. Share your story of resilience, your journey of overcoming adversity, and the miraculous breakthroughs that appeared when you least expected them. Let your life remind others who are still in the middle of their own trials that divine timing is never late, and every delay serves a purpose greater than we can see. Chosen ones, let this eternal truth take root in your spirit. You are destined for greatness. No amount of money, manipulation, or malice can ever override the divine plan unfolding in your life. Every setback you faced was actually a setup for an even bigger blessing. Every delay was not a roadblock, but a chance to prepare and become stronger. And every challenge was a test you passed with resilience, grace, and unwavering faith. Those who tried to block your path have already failed. Their schemes only strengthened your resolve and forced you to shine your light even brighter. You are the living embodiment of unshakable divine protection, and your entire journey stands as proof of the power of faith, perseverance, and alignment with your higher calling. That's all for today. Dear Father, I pray for the growth of my faith. Help me trust you even when physical evidence is lacking. Let me believe in your perpetual presence, knowing you will never harm me. I understand that your thoughts for me are thoughts of prosperity and not harm, to give me a good future. Thank you, gracious and eternal Father, for always listening to my voice. I offer up this prayer to you in the name of Jesus. Amen. Thank you, Jesus, for your love and provision. I am grateful for your presence in my life and the abundance you bring. If this video resonated with you, please subscribe to the channel and share it with those who need to hear this message. Leave a comment below about your journey and how you are preparing for your own triumphant return. If you'd like to support our work, please consider contributing through Buy Me a Coffee. This helps us continually improve our content to offer you the best. The link to Buy Me a Coffee is in the description. We've enjoyed following this spiritual journey with you. Thank you for staying with us until the end. Keep shining brightly and embrace your destiny with courage. See you next time. Blessings to all the beautiful souls from the